never be faltered. My calling can never be adjusted. I will always be on point. No man ever on earth will not be strained by long journeys, by sleepless days, nights, weeks, and months. I think I've been driving, it's now going to 2 weeks. You go, you drive, you sleep a little bit, you wake up, you go to your calling. You attend to people. I always have been asking, what is a thing called life? For life has always been a struggle. Life is a struggle when you've got to meet up with any requirement and a need of a life. Life is a struggle when you are suffering, you are in poverty. Life is a struggle when you are hungry. Life is a struggle when you have got to receive a call from people who are reliant upon you, having to feel this and feel that. Life is a struggle when you have got to go and look for food that you don't have. Life is even a struggle also when you have to consume that food. Life is also a struggle when that food has been digested and it has become waste. You have got to rid it off your body. Life in all its spheres is a struggle. Life is a struggle when you've got to go and find money. Life is even a struggle when you have found money and you have to maintain it. You have to make your budgets. You have to even share it if there is a need. Just to sustain poverty alone is a struggle. Life is a struggle when you are faced with the harshnesses of life and the harshnesses of earth. Life is a struggle when you can't win over, you cannot triumph. I have seen life not being explainable, not even by the natural laws of nature, not even spirituality. Life cannot be explainable. You live now, you don't know tomorrow. You live now, a person that we have known or heard about, or a person that we have heard having achieved great, a person that has been enjoying life in the last 5 minutes is announced having passed on or is dead. A person who is not having a single thing in life, having big plans, wanting to achieve 1, 2, 3, even trying to acquire loans, not finding that money. But a person who is having it all, not even thinking of a single thing of development or others, not even bearing into mind that the moment you are having what you are having, the moment you are enjoying maybe the fruits of your lucky or what you have earned in life, or having extra that you don't know what you have to use upon or can use on, somebody is in need of that. The moment you are wasting whatever you are having, somebody wishes to have the crumbs of what is called extra to you in order to survive, and you are messing it up. What is life? If somebody can explain to me what is life, because I know God has never shown up on earth to explain things to us. But if in a dream, if in a form of a person, or anything or anyone can explain me, what really is this thing called life? You have been working the whole of your life. Sometimes people have seen you shining with expensive things. But when we come to the real meaning of the shining of or having, or the meaning of what we call value or your value, you know pretty well that you are the poor of the poorest, you don't have nothing. But you have got that vehicle that you bought, through the bank, which us know or see it to be yours, but at the end of the day it is not yours. It was never yours. Maybe it will be never yours, because at the end of the day it will be having to be repossessed. Even if you do that, if you have ill manners and bad manners towards budgets, towards good lifestyles of principled brains, you will squander everything all and you will leave nothing on earth. You know, looking at things, sometimes you will see everything just being in vain. A life on its own being something in vain. For life cannot be explainable. For who knows how to sustain the living? You cannot sustain the living because one day you will pass on, one day you will die. But we are not going to sit and give up upon things and give up upon plans because we know that we're going to pass on. Death is natural. The day I was born by my mother, I owed it automatically to death. For when you are born, the last with you is to die, pass on. I hate using the word die and death when I'm talking about death, especially when I'm referring it to people and then to me. For I don't die. I am not going to die. Don't die. What do? I incarnate. I am transformed. The body passes on earth, which means I am no more in terms of the flesh. I am no more in terms of me wearing this, kicking and maybe dancing, driving, and you know, whatever I do on earth. This body, this blood, these bones, this flesh, these hairs, they are not here. But this thing that we are hearing now, the very same thing that I've said now, the very same thing that I said, the very same thing, meaning this voice, meaning whatever is me, which means the soul, which has got this voice, that one will never go, because I will come to my offsprings, children of my children and their children, and get attached to them, and they lean in their souls, and they live another life as in a calling in that attachment. So this clearly tells you, I don't die. I transform and transform and transform and be moved to a certain state spiritually, living in any body that I will be attached to or that I will have been sent by the spiritual world to live in and do and perform things, my things that I always do. This. A calling has never been easy. A calling has never been soft. And I always feel pity for my people that I have strained their energies, that I have put in this thing. I haven't been sleeping all along, but I've seen myself stronger. I've seen myself steadfast. I've seen myself immovable. I've seen myself unshakable. For I drive, sometimes I look at the back, I see my guys are sleeping. It is allowed. They don't have this calling. I cannot strain them 100% or 98% as I strain myself, because there is a thing that will always balance me and keep me going. I have to thank these guys for being always with me. They share every stupid situations that I come across. They share all the situations that need power, energy and effort, that needs the heart that I always go through. They are always with me. And I have felt kind of blessed to have these guys. Mandam, come here. Hey, mechanic there. And even all the guys at home. I've got Diva there. I've got RT and AT, my nephews. I've got my wives there at home. Manyati there. Kelly there. All my children. I'm having you, Andy. You were talking to me, checking on me. Tuan, Tombi, Tuki, Tumi, Tumetes Gamens, not to Monduna, neighbor there, Zenan, Sani Lapakai. All of you guys, Mlondi, guys, I'm here. Zizipo, Lapo, Eklibrat. I'm here. All I'm saying is, guys, I'm here and I'm always gonna be here. Life is giving us what it wants to give, not always what we want. But I'm pretty sure these spirits are gonna always look after us. They always have. I strain my mental faculties beyond the point of human rationality, straining my brain, straining my body, not only for the sake of you, but there's my mother there at home, there's my father, I'm for it wrong, and sometimes they will think this man doesn't care or give a damn about us, for he doesn't see us more often. I would want to explain this one as a difficult one, for I am tied up on a yoke. Ichogwe. The yoke and Ichogwe that I'm tied upon is to serve every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, and every year, and every time of my life has got to be on this calling. And a little is the time that I get to spare to others. Yes, some people will see it being about money and little sense that I actually receive from people. For if I was receiving as much as some other guys I've known, I've got my pastor friend. One pastor of mine is called a friend, Ratson Mumba in the UK. He's got a private jet or private jets. We've got the Pushiris there. We saw them receiving every day. The Mboro. We've got our Pastor Zodo, Otube in Teben, the Pastor Kambules. We've got a lot of pastors. The TD Jakes with his Potter's house in Las Vegas there. I'm very close to very big people. Being very close to big people, being small, sometimes is very painful. Yes, of course, I contribute to a lot of things that actually make people big and sustain a lot of situations in their lives, but that doesn't mean I've got to be above everybody in terms of being worthy or wealthy. It is all the will of the spirits, the will of God, as in the level that I've got to reach, that I've got to acquire. Yes. This is my journey. I was in Limpopo last, and I didn't rest when I got to Witbank in the altar. I had to drive to Durban, having to meet with Pilani Zondi of Inanda FM, with him having organized Izilom Zansi people, the Vuma FM, and the Ikakasi FM, with whom I had the meeting with certain members of that FM, of that radio, discussing a slot that has got to start soon with me teaching people spirituality. Yes, this traveling would strain me if I didn't come up with a plan of setting up my own studio in my own altar, whereby I've got to talk with them whilst I'm in my altar there in Witbank, whilst I'm linked to their radio station. I think that will make life easier. But I always have enjoyed Being behind the mic, being interviewed by a person that I'm seeing in front of me, that evokes my spirit, that invokes my spirit, that activates my spirit, because I'll be there listening to those questions, seeing the person like that, and having that thing that I will answer his questions according to the way they've been put and laid. I am highly spiritual. I am highly confident. I am a soldier and a good warrior, that I know myself. Every bad things that shift from spirituality, everything that terrorizes my people every day, everybody that shoots people in the taverns and the churches, this fashion that have come, I condemn, and I will always condemn. My voice is going chef. I haven't been sleeping for quite some time. It is a calling. I'm on duty. I am on duty. I am a soldier. I am the whole army, but in spirituality. I used to feel it when I started, when I was growing up, but now I don't feel it. Even if it strains me more, or whatever level it comes, as long as it is in spirituality, I'm saying bring it on. I am here. I want that war. I am a soldier. I'm a Scud missile. I'm an AK-47. I am a nuclear bomb. I am a chemical weapon, even more than that one of Saddam. Me alone, when it comes to spiritual wars, I am the weapon of mass destruction. I will go seek for even more powers from the oracles, from God, from my ancestors, and always be ready to take any war that come and terrorize my people. Any war, as long as it is spiritual, bring it on. Any war, as long as it is spiritual, I am ready to take it. In my spiritual realm, I will stand. I will be steadfast. I will be strong. I will remain the one and only man standing. Try it, you'll see. I'm possessed with powers to change anything for anything. But you cannot believe I've been here for almost 15, 18 to 20 years. But I've never set, not even my ankle, into the sea water. I've never. So this will tell you that calling and spirituality always differ. Always differ. There are those who are attached to the water spirits. There are those who are attached to the Ndaos, which means the Ndaos take somebody to the bush, whereas the water spirit will take you. So, yeah, people differ in the calling. Some they just have domestic spirits, just one spirit in the home. That's a domestic spirit. Some are attached to the waters. When you are attached to the water, you hardly swim. You will hardly get into the water for to have the different kind of spirit. How are you, brothers? I'm talking spirituality. If you get time, you check on a man called Kokobola. Yeah, I'm a spiritualist and a traditional healer. I talk on Instagram FM. I'll soon be talking on the Locals and the Dakas, like in Gauteng. I'm all over many or most of the radio here. Mojala, Kokobola, channel 158. So I live here. I'm explaining to the guys different kind of spirits. Some are attached with our Bantu beliefs to the water spirits. And if you're like that, you hardly set your foot into the water and swim with others, for you are going to provoke something that people cannot see. So I've lived here for about 18 years, but I've never set even my foot into the water, even to the ankle level, for I will provoke some certain things in the sea. My brother, yes, let me get to the waters, let me get near the waters. Yes, we are working on. How are you doing? How are you doing? Actually, I'm this spiritualist. Let us not call me perhaps a prophet or a Ninyanga, for I'm all. if you look at people with their beliefs, we differ in belief types. As we differ in belief types, we've got the Muslim, we've got Christianity, we've got the African Bantu beliefs, we've got the American native voodoo, we've got the Western African beliefs, but every belief except the evil one, every belief is directed to one goal. So we come in different beliefs as with politics. Some say we want Ramaphosa, we like him for, he's equipped in the face with the nose. We want Shalozi, he's equipped with 2 hands, maybe 2 brains. We want Peggy, he's a big thinker. That's the reason his hair was grey, for he thinks that much. We want Dollar, he's you know what I'm saying? So people will always prefer different things at the same time. And well, if you check me, you say Kokovula Undabaloy, Kokovula traditional healer. I'm heard on so many different radio stations. I like people and every people. I respect the mosques with their Quran stuff. I respect the Christians with their, what do you call this mountain of this guy who could not talk, who was talking, kill me. That guy was talking like that. Moses. So we can be all Moses, we can be all Mohammedis, but what matters is just one people, the Rainbow Nation. We have never had a solid Rainbow Nation. There I refuse. But our people tried at least that union, like that guy who was talking, "Hi people, I leave your wife gone, order. I am going to die one day. I order you, my people, to live together, divided in your diversity. I love you, my people. My people, I'm not standing here before you as a Messiah. I am standing here before you as a noble servant and a servant of the African National Congress." Yeah, so those guys, they tried to unite us, only spiritual. Even with that man, I saw him being very spiritual for the fact that in the demotion of his father, growing under a certain man who has actually adopted him, just looking after him, going to be a lawyer, going in very harsh situations in prison, coming to run the country and stuff like that. You know, things we don't do ourselves. You get a calling. A calling is not only when you become a Muslim prophet, a Christian prophet, a Sangoma Inyanga. You can have a calling to be a prominent business person. You can have a calling to look after people, running a certain charity organization. It is all spiritual. Let me get near the waters. I've been never in the waters. So I am highly and heavily attached to the spiritual waters. I don't want to provoke. On the channel front, okay.
Pen.
Solo